Preston of Life is a Beach. And today we're in the most amazing part of Uganda in the Kibale. It's Kibale National Park. And I'm sure I've said that wrong, so I'm going to get Prossie, our ranger guide, to tell me more about where I am in Uganda. And we've just done an experience with chimpanzees. So we've gone into the forest, and I asked her actually if it was a forest or a jungle, and she said the difference between a forest and a jungle is the vegetation. So we were in this amazing forest, and it started to pour with rain. So I just thought, thank heavens we had these amazing guides with us, because the guy who was with me made sure I never fell, even though the mud was really slippery. He held onto me so tightly, and he kept saying, "You won't fall because I'm here with you." And you know, he was, right until the end when we were separated by a landslide. So Prossie, tell me a little bit about, you were talking earlier about the chimps. Introduce yourself as well. Tell us who you are, and then tell me about where we are.
Well, thank you very much. Prossie is my name, as you stated it right, though many people get difficult in pronouncing it, but you've made it right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So you're in Kibale National Park, well known for primates. In fact, it's termed as the primate capital of the world, due to the fact that it has 13 primate species coexisting together in the same ecosystem, which has not been possible in the entire world. But here we are lucky that they're existing together, and sometimes we find more than 4 species interacting together on the same tree, feeding and happily living together. So out of those 13 primate species, we have 4 which are nocturnal species, the ones active at night. We have 9 which are active during daytime. So those during daytime, we get to see the chimpanzees. Basically, I say chimpanzees because when we are walking for the chimpanzees, we sometimes get a chance of seeing other monkey species, like the red-tailed monkeys, grey or Ugandan cheeked mangabe, low-haired monkey, the endemic red colobus monkeys, black-faced vervet monkeys, just to mention a few. But without forgetting the baboons, our ushers that welcome everyone who is coming to the park. Kind of, you're welcome to the primate capital of the world. They're so fascinating. They're seen everywhere, the baboons, from the road to deep inside the park. And in here we have many individual chimpanzees, and not all of them are used to people, but a good number has been habituated or used to people at different levels. Apart from the primate species, we have different bird species. Different species attract different people. We do bird watching locally and internationally. Among the bird species, we have some endemic, much as the most wanted bird species here is the green-breasted peter. Some people, when they see that bird, they're like they have reached heaven when they're still alive. I wonder how you can reach heaven when you're still alive. Come and meet your heaven in Kibale National Park with a green-breasted peter alongside chimpanzees. We have different reptile species and amphibians, whereby we have different snake species. On average, 32 different species of snakes have been recorded here, both venomous and non-venomous snakes. So as we are walking in the forest, we need to be careful. In case of any encounter with a snake, we have to give it space so that we keep peace and harmony with nature. We've got 71 mammal species in the park, both small mammals and bigger mammals, where we have the elephants and buffaloes as our biggest mammals in the forest. And sometimes when we meet them, when we are doing other activities in the forest, we get to see them. Though they are hostile, they make us sometimes run up and down. So guides always go with guns for protection against elephants. Not to kill them, but scare away. Though not every day we see them, and not every time we see them, we shoot them. Sometimes they run away. Sometimes they make us run. So sometimes they wake up on the wrong side of their bed. They want to be by themselves. They don't want to be disturbed at all. So as
I see you've also got facilities to enable people who are disabled to go into the forest. When we were doing our talk earlier, you pointed out a kind of bed, if you like, but it's a basket.
An ambulance?
An ambulance, but it's more, when we say ambulance, we think of an ambulance with lights. But in this case, it's a basket ambulance.
Yeah, it is. So as we are receiving every person here who is interested in seeing chimpanzee, We try to make all the dreams of people come true. Of course, that's nature, but we try our level best to make someone reach the destination you're going to as far as chimpanzee tracking is concerned. That basket ambulance you've seen transports people out there. Some people come with difficulties, sometimes in breathing, sometimes they won't walk long distances, sometimes people are disabled, but they have a feeling of seeing chimpanzees. So they use that ambulance you've seen there. People lift them, of course after paying some money. You go out and meet your dream, you come back happy person.
That's just amazing. And I notice also some of the rules around the chimpanzees to keep them safe is being able to wear a mask when you're around them, because the same diseases we have, they can catch.
Exactly.
I also noticed that you said it doesn't matter how long it takes you to reach a chimp. You can spend plus minus 1 hour being around them and stay 8 meters away, and then you need to go back because there are others that would also like to see them. So it's just being fair, and it's not like they're entertaining you. They are in their natural habitat, so you can only look at them for so long.
Well, watching them for 1 hour and going back doesn't necessarily mean that we step out for other people to see them. These are animals who are seen by people on a daily basis. So we try to regulate time so that they get their free time, they get their privacy, they enjoy themselves when there is no one to interfere with their life.
That's amazing.
That's why we strictly give 1 hour. You either use 1 hour, if you get satisfied before an hour elapses, you're free to go back as long as you've seen a chimpanzee. But we need them to remain living and happy without the inconvenience of a human being.
Wow.
Yes.
That is really awesome. What plans have you got for the park? Because one thing I did also see was that you don't have fences around the park. It's a free park, free for people, not people, but your primates to roam. And I found that incredible. What sort of plan do you have? Plans to get more primates in, or to bring in different species, to perhaps bring in more research? What is the way forward?
The way forward for this, as you've seen, it has no fences.
Correct.
And we have different animal species. We have people who are neighboring the park. And these animals don't know the boundaries. Much as they know the boundaries, but they are seeing food in the neighborhood, they have to go there to feed.
Okay.
And some animals have become problem animals to humans neighboring the park, especially elephants and baboons. They do a lot of destruction. An elephant, if it passes through your garden, most of the people here are agriculturists. Even if it doesn't feed on your crops, but where it steps only with one foot, you really lose much of it.
And there could be a child in the way, there could be an animal or a goat which feeds the family and is now no longer in existence.
Exactly. So we are making trenches at the peripheral boundary of the park. Those trenches stop elephants from crossing to the communities.
Wow. So
humans have known that we have to maintain those trenches, either by the community, if we delay because the park is big, 795 square kilometers, rotating around it, making that trench, maintaining that means you never get one day stopping to work onto that trench. So humans also, the local communities also help to reopen and maintain that trench. And among the other prospects of the park, as we have many communities of chimpanzees, 13 communities or territories of chimpanzees, only 5 being used to people. We are planning to habituate more communities, making more chimpanzees get more used.
Okay.
So that will reduce on the little pressure that these communities are having as we increase on the permits. The more habituated chimpanzees we get, the more permits we get. That means the more people
that will come and visit, absolutely, because it sustains the community.
Exactly. However, much as we are habituating those chimpanzees, we need to let some of them remain wild, typically without knowing any person. Cause of anything can happen. An outbreak may come up and it claims most of the used chimpanzees. So we need to let other individuals remain unused to people as we have to with some of them.
That's really cool. Thank you so much. And if I want to promote the park and come and visit, where can I reach the bookings for the park, or what is the best way to be able to come and see the park?
We have booking online.
Okay.
You check on Uganda Wildlife Authority website.
Yes.
www.ugandawildlife.org. You can use an email to reach the same organization. Email info@wildlife.go.ug.
And this area is called, what is the right name for the area?
This very area is Kibale
Kibale
National Park, well known for chimpanzee tracking.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Could you be knowing the origin of that name?
No, I don't.
The name Kibale itself means a big stone.
Oh my word, like we saw a big fig tree, I know, inside there. So obviously there's a big stone.
There is a big stone in the park. Uganda is having several kingdoms.
Okay.
And of course we believe in those kings. And kings of ancient times used to believe in bushmeat. So people used to come and hunt for the king. And sometimes the king would come with his men to see where they are hunting from. So there is a big stone in the middle of the park.
That's amazing.
Where he would come. He comes with his men. He makes his tent onto that stone. Then his men go in the bush and hunt. They bring meat for him. So that visit they used to say, Omukama agenzire ahakibale. Literally meaning the king has gone to the stone.
Ah.
Hence the name Kibale.
Kibale.
And being a park, having different animals, it became Kibale National
Park.
So the name is Kibale, found in the western region of the country, Uganda.
Thank you so much. That was just, Prossie, it's been such a pleasure. Ranger guide for Kibale National Park, chimpanzee area, primate, what do you call it? Primate area, chimpanzee park. Yeah, primate, there you go. She says it herself. I'm Janine Preston of Life is a Beach.
Thank you very much.